Today, we're exploring 12 haunted places in Texas.
Number 1. Yorktown Memorial Hospital. In the quiet town of Yorktown sits a place that feels anything but still. The Yorktown Memorial Hospital, built in 1950 and run by the Felician Sisters, once served patients battling addiction, illness, and injury. It closed its doors in the late 1980s, but many believe not everyone left. The building stands abandoned today, its dark halls echoing with whispers from the past. Visitors have heard disembodied voices, shadowy figures darting through rooms, and doors creaking open on their own. One tour guide swears they were pushed from behind in an empty hallway. The feeling of being watched is common, especially in the old ICU and surgical wing. The chapel, once a peaceful space for prayer, now leaves many uneasy. Cold drafts sweep through, even on warm days.
Did you hear that? It might be the growler. Let's get out of here.
Some guests claim a spirit. There dislikes people wearing crosses or raising their voice. Then there's the growler, a dark entity said to lurk in the basement, growling low when provoked. Even seasoned investigators sometimes cut their visits short. Yorktown Memorial isn't just abandoned, it's alive with echoes. Whatever lingers inside seems to remember pain, fear, and sorrow. Number 2. The Driskill Hotel.
The Driskill Hotel carries many secrets.
Rising from downtown Austin like a grand southern castle, the Driskill Hotel has welcomed presidents, musicians, and movie stars since 1886. Its marble floors, glowing chandeliers, and historic charm make it a popular stop for visitors. But beneath its golden glow lies a series of ghost stories that have become just as famous as its luxurious rooms.
This red ball came out of nowhere.
The most talked about spirit is a little girl who fell down the grand staircase in the late 1800s while playing with a ball. Ever since, guests have reported hearing the bounce of a ball down the hallway, followed by giggles or the glimpse of a child in a vintage dress. Then there's room 525, which holds a darker tale. Two brides, decades apart, took their lives in the room under tragic circumstances.
Oh my God. Did you see that?
Since then, strange things have happened inside. Lights flash, faucets turn on, and the air grows suddenly cold. Hotel staff say the energy in that room is always different, like something is quietly grieving. The Driskill is a place where beauty meets mystery. For every smiling guest in the lobby, there may be a quiet watcher in the shadows.
If only the guests knew.
Whether you come for a good night's rest or a spine-tingling story, the Driskill delivers both, with just the right amount of ghostly grace. Number 3. USS Lexington. Docked in Corpus Christi Bay, the USS Lexington towers like a steel giant, silent now, but filled with echoes from its proud days at sea. Nicknamed the Blue Ghost, this massive aircraft carrier served during World War II and was struck by bombs more than once, and perhaps attracting a few lingering spirits from the crew. Today the ship is a museum, offering guided tours through its decks, engine rooms, and sleeping quarters. But some visitors get more than history.
Turn right to find the exit.
Many have reported meeting a young sailor dressed in blue who offers directions, only to vanish when they turn to thank him. Others describe icy cold patches in rooms sealed tight and footsteps clanging on empty staircases. One frequent tale is of a haunted engine room, where voices whisper through the metal pipes and heavy tools fall without being touched. A night guard once felt a hand on his shoulder, only to find no one behind him.
Someone keeps touching my shoulder, but there is no one.
There are even sounds of plane engines and alarms, as if the ship is still preparing for battle. The USS Lexington honors the brave, but it may also shelter their spirits. Some say the ship simply remembers. Others believe the crew has never left. Either way, when you walk her decks, you're not just walking through history, you're stepping into a ghost story that still sails through time. Number 4. Menger Hotel.
Welcome to one of the best hotels in San Antonio.
Just steps from the Alamo stands the elegant Menger Hotel, built in 1859. It's one of the oldest and most historic hotels in Texas, with a guest list that includes presidents, poets, and even Teddy Roosevelt himself. But long after the guests check out, some say they aren't alone in the halls. One of the most famous is Sally White, a hotel maid who was tragically killed by her jealous husband in the late 1800s. Guests still see her wandering the hallways in her old uniform, carrying towels and disappearing through solid walls. Some even say she's knocked on doors or straightened up messy rooms, doing her job long after her time.
I keep hearing knocks on the door.
Then there's the ghost of Teddy Roosevelt, who supposedly still haunts the hotel bar, where he recruited his Rough Riders. Bartenders have reported a man in an old military coat sitting quietly at the counter before vanishing. Other visitors have mentioned cold spots, flickering lights, and strange whispers coming from empty rooms. The Menger Hotel is more than just a beautiful old building. It's a place where history and mystery walk hand in hand.
I wonder if Sally will show up tonight.
Number 5. The Alamo. In the heart of San Antonio stands the Alamo, a quiet stone mission with one of the loudest echoes in American history.
It's time.
In 1836, it became the battleground for a fierce and tragic fight for Texas independence. Hundreds of brave men, Texans, Tejanos, and volunteers from far-off lands, held their ground for 13 days before falling to Santa Anna's army. The battle was brutal, and the loss was great. But what if some of those fallen heroes never left? Soldiers sent to destroy the Alamo's remains claimed they were stopped by glowing apparitions, tall figures with swords drawn, standing guard over the ruins. Locals spoke of ghostly footsteps echoing in the courtyard,
They usually appear after midnight.
and cold spots that made even the bravest shiver. Even in modern times, the Alamo's night guards report strange happenings. Doors close without wind. Lights flicker in empty rooms. One even said he saw a shadowy soldier march along the rooftop
Hello? Is anyone there?
and vanish before his eyes. The Alamo isn't just a landmark. It's a resting place filled with courage, sacrifice, and maybe even spirits too proud to move on. For many who visit, the deeper story isn't written in the textbooks. It's in the hush of the walls, the chill in the air, and the feeling that someone from long ago is still there, waiting. Number 6. Hotel Galvez, Queen of the Gulf. Standing proudly on the edge of Galveston Island, the Hotel Galvez has watched over the Gulf since 1911. With its grand ballrooms and sweeping sea views, it earned the nickname Queen of the Gulf. But behind its elegant charm lies a tale that still haunts the fifth floor, one of love, loss, and a ghost who never gave up hope. Legend tells of a young woman named Audra who stayed at the hotel while waiting for her fiancé, a sailor heading home from sea. When word came that his ship had gone down, she fell into despair.
Why?
From the west turret, she took her own life, unable to imagine a future without him. But fate was cruel. Her fiancé had survived and returned to the hotel, only to find her gone forever. Room 501, near the spot where Audra stayed, is the center of activity. Guests have reported feeling sudden cold drafts and an overwhelming sense of sadness. Lights flicker, objects shift, and some say they've seen a woman in white gazing longingly toward the water. Today, Hotel Galvez is a luxurious destination filled with laughter, music, and history. But those who visit often leave with more than memories.
What a tragic story, Mama.
That's why she walks among us.
They leave with a story, and if you listen closely by the turret on a quiet night, you just might hear Audra still waiting, hoping to be reunited with the one she lost. Number 7. Presidio La Bahia. In Goliad, Texas, stands Presidio La Bahia, a Spanish fort with thick stone walls and a deeply haunted past.
Get ready, boys!
Built in the 1700s, it witnessed centuries of conflict, but its darkest moment came in 1836 during the Texas Revolution. After Colonel James Fannin and his men surrendered to Mexican forces, over 300 were executed nearby in what became known as the Goliad Massacre. Visitors today often report strange occurrences. They've heard phantom musket fire, men shouting orders in Spanish, and cries that echo on windless nights. Some even claim to see soldiers marching silently across the grounds or standing guard in the old stone chapel. The energy is heavy, like the air still remembers the fear and sorrow of that terrible day. One of the most unsettling tales comes from guests who've stayed overnight inside the fort's guest quarters.
Sometimes I hear the battles that took place here.
They've awakened to cold drafts, footsteps in empty halls, and the overwhelming feeling that they were being watched.
Leave this place. It watches. Get out! He is here.
What is that sound?
Presidio La Bahia is more than a monument to Texas history. It's a resting place for men who fought bravely and died unjustly. The past isn't quiet here, and if you visit, you may feel those who once defended the walls still walking them today. Number 8. The Baker Hotel.
What a place.
Rising tall above the small town of Mineral Wells, the Baker Hotel once welcomed movie stars, politicians, and those seeking healing in its famous mineral baths. Opened in 1929, it was a symbol of glamour and hope, but behind the grand halls and towering rooms, darkness slowly crept in. One of the most talked about ghosts is the Lady in White, said to have been the mistress of a hotel manager. She reportedly leapt to her death from the top floor after a broken heart. Guests have seen her wandering the hallways, perfume lingering in the air long after she's gone. Others say they hear a woman weeping softly when no one else is near. Elevators are known to move on their own, lights flicker without reason, and some claim to hear laughter or whispers behind closed doors. The basement, once used for spa treatments and storage, has an eerie chill. Workers who've entered say they've felt pressure on their backs, as if being pushed by unseen hands. Even brave urban explorers have left early after encounters too strange to explain.
This hotel still feels alive somehow.
The Baker Hotel may no longer host the rich and famous, but it's far from empty. Its walls are filled with echoes of a glamorous past and spirits who refuse to check out. Number 9. Bragg Road, Ghost Road. Tucked deep in the big thicket of East Texas, there's a stretch of dirt path known as Bragg Road, or more famously, the Ghost Road. It's a quiet, tree-lined trail that once carried trains during the oil boom. But when the tracks disappeared, something strange stayed behind. For decades, people have reported a mysterious glowing light floating in the distance, blinking, moving, and vanishing without a sound.
Hello there. Have you heard about the Saratoga Light?
Known as the Saratoga Light, this ghostly orb has no clear explanation. Some believe it's the lantern of a long-dead railroad worker. Others think it's tied to Native American spirits or settlers who vanished in the thick woods. Whatever the cause, the light appears most often at night and never acts the same way twice. Visitors who try to chase the light always end up confused. It moves farther as you approach and disappears when you get too close. Some cars stall mysteriously on the trail. Others report the sound of footsteps, whispers, or something unseen brushing against their vehicle.
I think I just saw the Saratoga Light. Keep your eyes open.
Okay, honey.
Even during the day, the road feels strangely silent, as if the forest is holding its breath. Bragg Road is more than just a legend. It's a place where science meets superstition, and no one has ever solved the mystery.
Oh my God. It is here.
Whether the light is spirit, trick, or something else, it has drawn the curious for generations. Number 10. Jefferson Hotel. Nestled in the historic town of Jefferson, Texas, the Jefferson Hotel is known as one of the most haunted hotels in the entire state.
This place is pretty haunted.
Built in the 1850s, it served as a bustling riverport hotel when steamboats filled the nearby Big Cypress Bayou. But with its rich history came stories of love, tragedy, and things that go bump in the night. Today, it's as famous for its ghosts as it is for its charm. Guests and staff alike have reported strange happenings. Room 19 is particularly active, where a woman is said to have taken her life long ago. Visitors have heard tapping on walls, footsteps pacing in empty rooms, and voices whispering from nowhere. One of the most talked about apparitions is a figure in a long black dress who's been seen gliding down the hall or standing near windows. There are also reports of children laughing in the night.
I am not leaving this room tonight.
Doors creaking open on their own, and sudden cold spots in warm rooms. Paranormal investigators say the energy is strong and unpredictable. The Jefferson Hotel isn't just a place to rest your head. It's a living storybook of Texas history filled with spirits who never checked out. Whether you're a believer or not, one night in this hotel may leave you with more than just sweet dreams. Number 11. Terlingua Ghost Town.
We will get out of here one day.
In the wide, dry stretch of West Texas near Big Bend National Park sits Terlingua, a once booming mining town turned dusty ghost town. In the late 1800s and early 1900s, mercury mining brought thousands of workers to this desert land. But as the mines dried up and accidents claimed lives, the town slowly faded into ruin. Many believe the souls of miners who died in cave-ins or from mercury poisoning still wander the area. People have seen shadowy figures move between the ruins, especially near the old Chizos Mining Company ruins. Some visitors hear voices calling out in Spanish or feel an invisible presence following them as they explore the remains. The old cemetery on the hillside is one of the most eerie spots. Small crooked crosses mark graves worn down by time, and nighttime visitors report flickering lights dancing between the headstones. Locals say it's not uncommon to hear footsteps on gravel or see figures standing near the graves, only to disappear when approached.
Those who lost their lives in the mine still linger.
Terlingua may be quiet today, but the land seems alive with memory. The sun may scorch the desert by day, but when night falls, the spirits of the past rise with the wind. If you visit, just know you may not walk those empty streets alone. Number 12. Magnolia Hotel. The Magnolia Hotel dates back to the mid-1800s and has lived many lives. As a stagecoach stop, a jail, and even a shelter during the Texas Revolution. Its long history is packed with stories, but it's what lingers behind that has drawn ghost hunters and brave travelers from all over Texas.
She keeps telling me my name is Emma.
One of the most famous spirits is a woman named Emma, said to have been murdered in one of the rooms in the 1870s. Her spirit is believed to be gentle, often seen near the stairs or peeking through windows. Guests have also reported the sound of furniture moving on its own, disembodied footsteps, and the faint scent of old perfume wafting through the halls. Then there's the tale of the traveling salesman who took his last breath inside the hotel. People claim to see his shadow on the walls or hear knocking late at night when no one is there. Paranormal investigators say the hotel is one of the most active places they've studied, with cold spots and ghostly voices captured on audio. Today, the Magnolia has been restored and even offers ghost tours to those brave enough to walk its haunted halls.
I love to come here for the ghost tour.
It's so spooky.
It's not just a piece of Texas history. It's a place where that history still walks the floorboards. If you're quiet enough, you might just hear it whisper back.
If you enjoy this video, please click the like button.
And don't forget to subscribe to the channel.
See you in the next one.